one thing to round up some reason. I think someone has said everyone is underrating Liverpool. I think the only reason why Liverpool dropped on my list is just two major reasons. Like I said, if they sign Isak, they'll be more stronger. But I don't think Liverpool is stronger compared to last season, right? Diaz was a very, very effective player that they have lost, that they have not still replaced. So Ekitike is good, but we'll see how he does in the Premier League. I don't. The certain strikers that come from certain places that I do not rate that high at the first instance. One of them is the German league. I think the only person that's been come from the German league as a striker and done well is Ireland. But every other person looking at Nkunku, the rest that have come from that German league, I've never been that impressed. So we'll see how Ekitike does. But also Ekitike had his best season of all time, which was 15 goals. That does not really push the barrel. But also, the biggest issue I see with Liverpool this season is right. I know Andy had mentioned that they have marauding fullbacks, but if you look at it right, YKKS is better overall than Robertson in the sense that he's younger, but he's not compared to Robertson of 2 years ago, but it's still better than last version of Robertson. But the weakest point where I feel like it's going to be an issue is going to be Frimpong's wing because Frimpong is not better than Alexander as a defensively. If you're looking at it there, right? They are both weak defensively. Frimpong is more of a winger than a defender. But now the issue where it comes in is not even the fact that he's also weaker defensively. He's going forward, right? If you watch Liverpool's last game, he made Salah push inside to create a wing option for Frimpong to run down the wings, right? It changed the way Salah was playing. And I think Slot's biggest issue would be how to combine those two. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans saying that they have Bradley, and so Bradley would cover that option up. So if Bradley is the first choice, then that would help to go back to last season form for Salah. But if Frimpong is the first option, I think it's going to be a little bit of like how to combine those two on the same wing because I saw it a lot in last game. Shot in the second half, they were both overstocking in the same
Yeah.
place and getting in each other's way. And I think that is going to be the issue this season when the season starts, that they'll get into each other's way a lot. And Bradley, over the last season, has not been someone that's been fit for a long period of time. So I think that is my issue. Then coupled with the fact that Van Dijk is older. Van Dijk is 34 years. He doesn't have the same. I mean, he had a good season. He had a great season after 3 years of having an average season. So people forget the fact that the previous three seasons it was okay, but it was not outstanding. So we'll see what happens this season, and that's the only reason I put Liverpool down as in third position. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Well, if I can add something, blessing, before we adjourn here, I
Yeah.
think that in football, right? I know some managers who are basically defensive minded in their approach, like Deitch, Mourinho, right? They say, okay, you win games on the basis of having a strong defense and all that. But to be honest, at the end of the day, you win games by outscoring the opposition. So if you're able to seriously, don't it's I'm very serious here. If you're able to outscore the opposition, you win games. It doesn't really matter. So if Frimpong is basically delivering higher attacking output than Trent did, I agree to your point about Trent also being weak defensively. I've not watched Frimpong that much, but I know how attacking he can be. So for me, it's about goals. If you win a game 5-4, you've won. It's 3 points. Doesn't really matter, right? And that's why when people talk about our defense, Onana and Maguire, we do have depth in defense, to be honest. Maguire doesn't necessarily have to be the central center back. It can actually be Martinez, right? He's still recovering, but he's very good with stepping out of defense to propel, the attack in the build-up phase, or even basically linking defense to attack. So that's one point I wanted to get out there. And again, when you talk about the goalkeeper, a goalkeeper like Raya for that was team, for instance, hardly makes any saves. Why? Because he has a very strong defense in front of him.
Mhm.
So you don't really get to test him that much. And that's why sometimes when he's tested, he basically fails the test. I know he's good, right? He can stop shots and all that, but he spends most of his time just basically sitting around. and not having to be involved in the game, apart from when he's involved in build-ups. So that's basically how I look at the game. And that's how Saf also played the game. You could score 4, but he knows that he has an attack that can deliver 7 goals or 6 goals to win the game.
Okay. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. The season is just about to start, and we'll have many, many more podcasts, to do together. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And good night. Did I say good night or good evening or good morning?
Yeah. All of the above.
All of them.
Nice chatting with you guys.
Enjoy.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank
Have a good
Bye.
you.
one.
Oh,
Ciao.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.